Yo, it's Flacco here. Today I have a really good topic I'm gonna go over. So I'm really hoping y'all could listen and watch the whole video, alright? So you can know what I'm talking about and how I'll break it down. Cause you can't just hear one part, and you gotta hear the whole thing. So look, today's topic is that I want to go over is I want to speak on Christians' behalf. It's what I'm seeing is Christians against the world nowadays. And that's what it's always been. It really has. We've been going against the devil since who knows when. Since the beginning, since Adam and Eve. But when we become followers of Christ, right? Or when people are looking into trying to follow Christ, people expect it to be easy, and they expect things from him, and all this, right? Yeah, he's gonna give it to you in the beginning once you're saved. He's gonna give you this joy, this sense of peace, but you're gonna realize why the narrow road is so narrow, right? Because not a lot of people are willing to follow it. Not a lot of people are willing to call out the enemy. Not a lot of people are willing to stand up to them, even though they're multiplied, even though they group up to try to overwhelm one of God's people. People give up, and it gets hard, it gets tough. Like, the real war you have in this life is against yourself, and Christ will make you realize that you have to overcome yourself. You have to know that you have to let God control things. You have to let him take control, because when you start trusting yourself and you start doing things out of your own habit, you think it's for your own good. You think you know best for yourself, but sometimes we don't, and we end up putting ourselves in trouble, because we want to just speak up and speak up. No, we have to realize that we gotta stay humble, because once you let that pride get ahead of you, you're gonna see that it's gonna get really difficult, trying to do things for Christ. And I've noticed this, so I'm trying to tell you, but you're gonna see why a lot of people give up on following Christ. They gotta leave things behind that they were comfortable with, like lust. They gotta leave behind the desire to chase things that don't last, in this world. And sometimes people, that's all they grow up knowing, because not everybody grows up in a good environment. We grow up and see what's around us, and we think that's the best for us, but it really ain't. There's a whole world out there that we know nothing of. There's things out there that we never knew could open our eyes to different possibilities, to different things. Oh, many people grow up not even knowing who they are, and it's because, like I said, there's always people around them telling them this, telling them that. You gotta go through life yourself. Have your own story to tell. People always want to talk about other people's pains, other people's stories, but they don't. You could tell these people are always just trying to stick around everybody else, because that's how they, that's how they get energy. That's how they do things, because they just stick around everybody else. And when you are with Christ, right? Many people, they build a foundation, right? And I want to go over this. I better listen. They build a foundation that's off the devil's work, and they don't realize this. That's why I try to tell people, make sure when you're trying to get financial freedom, trying to retire your parents, do all these things, do it in Christ's way. Don't do it by the devil's works. Do it with God's will and God's works. Christ, alright? Because if you build a foundation off of the devil's work, what's going to happen is all those problems that you thought money was going to heal, or all those people around you is gonna heal, all those drugs, it's gonna catch up to you, and you're gonna realize, man, I gotta deal with all these demons that I built such a stronghold with. I can't let go of the lust. I can't let go of all these things that the devil gave you. It's not even Christ. You think it's Christ, but no, you got these things because some people sold their soul. Some people did, and it's just how it is. Some people just don't care to do it. They'll chase, because that's their end of the bargain. They just care about money. They just care about women. Like, this is why you see people with money not happy, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, build it off of Christ. Build it off of helping others. Build your money, build your financial freedom, build your relationships off helping others, serving others. And of course, not everybody wants help, but be there for those who want help. And when I started building my foundation off of Christ, he started making me realize I don't have to worry about my past sins or all these stuff, because I'm doing this the right way. Even if it's harder, even if I don't gotta take from other people, none of that. No, I'm gonna do this my way, and I'm gonna get it with my own means. I don't gotta hurt people to reach my goal. I don't gotta hurt nobody. I just need Christ, and that's all you need. Bro, you don't need to hurt people, bro, to get what you want. You don't. Like, all you're gonna do is just make more demons, more strongholds, and it's gonna be harder to let go of these things. Build your foundation off of Christ, right? And when you do this, be careful, because you gotta see who's around you when you build with Christ, because when you're building with the devil, he's gonna boast you even more to keep doing what you do. He's not gonna tell you to stop or you're wrong. No, he's gonna let you keep doing what you do, and he's gonna let you fall into your own pit. Y'all better change to Christ, man. Like, look into what you believe in, before you speak on somebody else's beliefs. See what's the truth, and you'll slowly realize, it's not bad to admit that you were wrong. I was Catholic, I always told Christians that they were wrong, this and that, but I don't want to mix it with religion or Christian. I follow Christ. That's the main thing I'm trying to know. I don't. But of course, we're called Christians in the Bible. It says that, and we have to realize we gotta be careful what we keep around, because some people don't want the best for you. They don't. They want to see you fail at any cost, because they want what you got, and if they can't get what you get, well, they're gonna make sure those around you, or they're gonna make sure you don't get to that point. But when you walk with faith, it doesn't really phase you. Like, things like that don't phase you, and you're gonna realize that it's hard walking with Christ, because you're doing things the right way. The devil's gonna do anything he can to attack you. He's gonna throw stuff at you because he sees you're doing right. He sees you're doing good, but don't let it phase you, man. Like, and people with influence, I just want y'all to know, bro. Be careful while y'all telling the youth, man. Be careful, bro. Because everything y'all putting out there, if you're making all these kids think about drilling, think about all this and that, it's gonna come back to you. Like, there's a lot of revelations about hell, and I don't want to go into this too much, because I like talking just about the love of Christ. But for some of you, I need to know what hell is, because some people have been there, when they die in near-death experiences. Look into these things. Hell is not a place you want to be at. It doesn't matter how badass you are here. Bro, you won't be up down there. You gonna wish you never did what you did. You gonna be asking for Christ, man. Like, I never knew you. Depart from me, for I never knew you. Depart from me, for I never knew you. Alright? Like, think, alright? Look, not everybody grows up good, alright? People gonna say, oh, look, he has this, so he probably had a good starter. But nobody knows about your life, so stop worrying what people have to speak about you, bro. Keep your mouth shut. Let these people run their mouth. They exposing themselves. They're making the clowns of themselves. And whoever believes it, remember who's believing these things. Because these are the same people that will switch up on you once things start going good for you. Watch. but also look at those who were with you, regardless of what people said about you. You know, I have this one homie who, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be doing this too. You know, I give all glory to Christ, right? But he put me on, and be careful what y'all see on social media, because social media it be showing you weird things, recommending you weird things, you know, like in your For You, bro. It's weird. Like, if man, this is one, bro. I'm telling y'all, he helped me out, and I started uploading. He told me keep uploading, and look what I'm doing. I'm uploading, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. You know, I don't want to see no more war, and I know I can't stop that. That's why Christ is coming to end it all. But if I could plant the seed inside people and see that there's still more people that can be saved, because Christ does a save. Remember, you just put the word out, and if they receive it, they receive it. You know, and that's all I want to do. As much people can hear the word, because that makes me happy. Seeing people who've been through the same struggles as me overcome it. You know, it shows people that no matter what storms you face, you can overcome it. Doesn't matter if this road is hard, because we know at the end of it, it's a big reward, and it's worth it. It's worth it. I ain't trying to walk this big old road with all these robots, everybody doing what they trying to take from the real people, you know? The real. And we know this. People trying to take or make fun of people's stories or their pains. I've seen it. People like they speaking on somebody they don't even know. All for what? For clout, for views. Like people don't care, but they don't got no morals. And now look, they trying to like switch up. Nah, you just gotta love them from a distance. Pray for them. Pray for everybody, even your own enemies. Alright, cause when God sees you doing that, and then when He sees that even that you're praying for them, and they still want to do you bad, they gonna pay for it. They gonna pay for it. You know, if you're doing or following another religion, and you see it hasn't been doing what it was supposed to do, or look into the Bible and I promise you're gonna feel a change. I promise you're gonna see things differently that you won't regret it, bro. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Get in the Bible, bro. And it's amazing, bro. So many things we don't know, the wisdom you could get, that we have a loving God who came for us and got rid of our sins, because he wants a relationship with us. It's a beautiful thing, man. I looked into I'm not even gonna speak on it because people be wilding nowadays, but look into what you believe in, And if you're an atheist, I'm gonna say this for these atheists though. You're not God, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You're not God. So believe in something, bro. You're not God. Alright? You're not God. But yeah. Walk this narrow road regardless of how many people are doing the same thing, Be yourself. Be yourself. I wanna speak on a little bit what I've been going on, Like, a lot of stuff has been going on, but even me, as somebody who's in my word, I still face lust every single day, and sometimes I fall short. I can't even lie. I fell short this month. It's hard. It's hard when you walk with Christ, especially when you have a big calling. All these women, all these appearing on and all you trying to do, man. And you see people talking about money. Like, what else are you gonna do for money, bruh? What else are you gonna do for money? You probably gonna go suck. Oh, no, I ain't even gonna speak on that. Be weirdos out here, bro. people only see it from the outside. They don't know what's going in from the inside. But don't explain yourself to nobody. You know. People might be, oh look, he all musty, he this and that. I know you working your ass off, bro. And, oh, excuse me, all that shit I'm cursed. But yeah, you're working your, trying to get things right, you know. Chase money, but if you're not chasing Christ first, then you're doing it wrong. All right. Have your priorities straight. I love you guys. Stay in your word, preach it, and be an example of it. All right. So we can stop seeing bloodshed, you know, because you could turn the cheek around, but people just let their pride get the best of them every time. But yeah, stay blessed.